Yeah, yeah, yeah. So many lies that you hear from the net, they don't get her respect. She reporting the truth, not a check. You want an unbiased opinion straight from the chest, not a bit of accomplice or someone here for a check. Tune in, these are thoughts from a lawyer on a mission who goes so hard it's like she works on commission. Trolls in the comments might say she tripping cause they lack the knowledge, they don't know they missing. Got a couple current events that you like, wanna know about law from the eyes. Tired of all these blogs running lies because they agendas are disguised. Tune in to the intellect, cause I'm sure y'all missing all the facts of the case that she steady is gifting. Someone here for the people, man, it's so uplifting. If you ain't subscribed yet, then you just omitting facts.
Hello, everyone. It is Pam Esquire, also known as Your Law Intellect. We're back for our second live for the day. You know, we had a lot of Valentine's Day gifts coming on in the legal world. And so I want you guys to come on in, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you have not done so already, I think the title speaks for itself. Okay, the title speaks for itself. But I did have a few things that I did want to read because, you know, I don't tarry over here. I don't make you wait an hour before I tell you what we're going to be talking about. I'll try to let you know what we're going to talk about before you actually click on. And today is no different. So I want you guys, as you guys come piling in, I want you to hit that like button, okay? Come on in, speak to each other. You know, we courteous around here. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone again. Happy Valentine's Day. Let me see. Was this on Rock Nation? Guys, come on in, come on in. We have some update on the lawsuit that was filed initially just against Diddy with the 13-year-old that we have been discussing for a while, and then it was amended, and the whole internet was set on a blaze because Jay-Z was added to the lawsuit. Now, Alex Spiro, who is also representing Eric Adams, who we talked about on my earlier live today, he's representing Jay-Z, and apparently the man is listen, he out here getting these cases dismissed. All right. So shout out to Alex Spiro. He out here doing his work, I guess, because we got Eric Adams and found some type of way to get his indictment dismissed, even though nobody really wants to do it. And then we also have in this case with the 13-year-old girl that is alleging that Jay-Z did some horrible things to her along with Diddy and a third celebrity. Now he got that case dismissed. All right. That case is dismissed as well. Let me pull this up real quick. So come on in. This is going to be a quick live because, honey, this was just a quick document. It don't take long to dismiss a case. There ain't too many people that's going to say, no, that's okay. I'm not going to confer to a dismissal. So, right. Trying to just pull up this statement from Jay-Z so that we can talk about that. Okay. Hold on. Let me post this on my Instagram. Dang, this ASAP Rocky thing is still going on. This man is still talking. Y'all gotta be he's still doing his rebuttal. Why is his rebuttal longer than the doggone opening statement? Why is this judge allowing this rebuttal to be this long? Oh gosh. I cannot believe that this case is I guess. I cannot believe this. What? Okay, let me share this. Sorry guys, you know, I'm a little I had to post this on Instagram. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Valentine's Day. Let's see. Story. I cannot believe this case is still going on today. This is crazy. They have not given this case on ASAP Rocky to the juries yet, to the jurors. This case won't be decided till what, Wednesday now? They won't even get the case today. Okay, so let's pull up the document here. You said, are we going to talk about the dismissal of Eric Adams? Sorry if you already addressed it. The woman he chose, I talked about that earlier. There's a whole video. So this video won't be long. So after we finish this video, go ahead to the video I did earlier. No, a lot of you haven't gotten notifications. So that's why I said, let me go ahead and post this on Instagram so people know that we are live. So what am I talking about today? I am talking about this dismissal that was filed. Happy Valentine's Day, Sean Combs and Diddy. So it's not just Sean Combs and Diddy, Sean Combs and Jay-Z. It's not just Diddy who the case is being dismissed. It's also Jay-Z. Okay. Well, I don't see him in the caption though, because it says pursuant to Rule 41A of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedures, plaintiff Jane Doe, by and through her undersigned counsel, hereby gives notice that the above captioned action, so they didn't just say just one person, is voluntarily dismissed with prejudice. Counsel for plaintiff have discussed this matter with counsel for each defendant who acknowledge and consent to the submission. So this would be Sean Combs. I wonder why they don't even have him on the caption. But anyways, this is it. They're waiting on the order to be signed by the judge, with the order will most likely be signed because this was actually filed pursuant to Rule 41A sub 1 sub AI, which is a dismissal that you can file before the other parties answer. So none of the other parties have answered this complaint yet. Otherwise, you have to do a dismissal under a different rule in a different way or by stipulation. So let me pull up the rule. So as you guys see, it's not saying any specific thing, any specific party. It's saying all defendants. I know everybody's saying Jay-Z, but I'm reading this to say the action is voluntary dismissed with prejudice. The action doesn't say one person. Now, I believe Bad Boys and some of these other entities, they had already been dismissed. That's what people were talking about a week ago. It was being said that Jay-Z was dismissed before he really was. They had just dismissed one of the entities. I think it was Bad Boy Records was dismissed. And so people weren't reading it directly on who was dismissed. And so they were just saying Jay-Z because he was in the case. But as you see here from this document pursuant to 41A sub 1AI, it says that it gives notice that the above captioned action is voluntarily dismissed with prejudice. That means you can't bring it back. This is not a without prejudice where you can decide later on you're going to bring it back. This is a done. They can't bring it anymore. Counsel for plaintiff have discussed this matter with counsel with each defendant. So that means all the defendants are being, this action is going to be dismissed. I wonder if what happened is, because I believe that Diddy's camp just filed a motion to dismiss the case, and they're arguing similarly that using the statute, that they couldn't use the statute that they're bringing this under because of the statute of limitation. We'll never know why Busby decided to go ahead and dismiss, but it's with prejudice. And so that is that. So what does the rule say? Let's go over the rule right quick while we're here so you guys can know. what the actual court rule says. When you dismiss it under Rule 41 dismissal, sub A, it's a voluntary dismissal. It's by the plaintiff without a court order. Excuse me. The plaintiff may dismiss an action without a court order by filing a notice of dismissal before the opposing party serves either an answer or a motion for summary judgment. So that is what was filed. And again, it was filed with prejudice, which means it cannot be brought back. Now let's see what Jay-Z had to say, because he said, y'all, I knew it. I told you guys I was innocent the whole time. So on the Rock Nation Instagram, which is where Jay-Z has been posting a lot of his statements, he said, hold on. Today is the victory. The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. This civil suit was without merit and never going anywhere. The fictional tale that created was laughable, if not for the seriousness of the claims. I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, shout out to Beyonce, my children, shout out to the twins and Blue Ivy, loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed. This 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe, and when they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussion. The system has failed. The court must protect victims, of course, in all caps, while with the same ethical responsibility, the courts must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. May the truth prevail for all victims, those falsely accused equally. And that is from Jigga. And that is it. The woman he chose said, we'll never know if there was a settlement. You know what? The reason why I'm thinking there's not a settlement is because typically with the settlement, they don't admit guilt, but everything is undisclosed. Well, they don't admit liability because it's a civil case, but it's undisclosed. Now, I don't know. For some reason, I'm not thinking it was money. I don't think it was a money exchange, because part of most settlements is you can't go out and claim victory because you really didn't get a victory because we settled. That's not a victory for you. So it makes me look like a liar as a Jane Doe, but it makes you look like the winner. I'm not going to agree to that. If we settle, we both compromise. That's what settlement is. It's a compromise. And so in that settlement document, if he gave money, he would say, I unequivocally deny that I had done anything. This is not an admission of liability in any way. In fact, I vehemently deny that any of these allegations are true, but this is just a way to resolve this matter so that I can move on with my life and my family can move on with my life. Those are the type of language you put in the settlement. And then usually the settlement cannot be disclosed. They say you can't say disparaging marks about each other. It's a lot that are within settlements. So the way he's out here talking, I don't know. It would be unprecedented for him to actually have a settlement, then come out here and say, I unequivocally said this 1-800 lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Because if I was a lawyer, I come out like, yeah, but we settled. So what are you talking about? You gave money. He's basically saying you filed a frivolous lawsuit. He shouldn't be allowed to say that if you have a settlement, because that makes the attorney look bad. I wouldn't allow that to happen. So I don't know. I don't think there was a settlement just based on how settlements usually work. For Always Forever said he needs to go sit down quietly before they pull up for things to accuse him of. Yeah, Jay-Z been pretty loud through this whole situation, and so this is no different. Doesn't shock me that he's being loud now. Renee says, same here. He didn't settle. Yeah, I'm not thinking it's a settlement. Typically, now Cassie was a settlement. Even and they probably even when Cassie settled, they probably agreed. Sometimes when it's a high profile case, you do agree to a joint statement, and the other party will agree to what statement you can say to the public because you don't ever want to look like either side is wrong. This is not the situation. Jay-Z is saying what he want to say. He called him a 1-800. This 1-800 lawyer gets to file suit hiding behind Jane Doe. And when they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussions. You don't get to say stuff like that if you settle, because that wouldn't be true, right? I don't know. Dear said people with money got a way of making problems go away. Maybe. No argument here, but from the legal standpoint, knowing settlements and agreements, this isn't how it goes. I want you all to use Diddy as with the Cassie situation as a marker, as a reference point. There was a statement that came out. There was a dismissal quickly with prejudice, just similar to what was filed. And what would be the point of Diddy's dismissal? They dismissed everybody in here. It wasn't just Jay-Z. And I told you all, I said, what we're missing, and I said that on another video, is if Jay-Z gets dismissed, then that means Diddy's about to get dismissed about this case too. And this is exactly what happened, because if Jay-Z is proven that this incident never happened, or that the party, they had to almost defend Diddy in order to defend Jay-Z, because they were all, according to this young lady, they were all in the room and all in cahoots at the same time. Bab said, oh, it was dismissed with prejudice. Yeah, that's not a settlement, in my opinion. No, settlements are dismissed with prejudice because you don't bring them back, because I paid you. But what I'm saying is, Jay-Z, the way he's coming out, you don't settle a case and then say this was just a money grab and I wasn't letting you get away with it. Because he would have got away with it if he got money, and that's what you're alleging is a money grab, right? So I'm not thinking that there was any money exchange. I think this man just dismissed it with prejudice, because after he looked at the status of the law, I don't even necessarily think that it was that he didn't believe his client. I think that the way these statutes are in New York, that people are going under to bring these old ancient lawsuits, I think there's problems with them, and they're doing dismissals based on the fact that you shouldn't be bringing them under these statutes because it doesn't apply to everything and everybody in every case. So that may be part of it as well. Let me see. Let's see if Busby said something. Let's see if Busby has something to say, if they're going to have a back and forth. If he's going to say, I still stand by my client and I believe that she is innocent, that she really was abused. Let me see. Nah, he up here showing little animals and stuff. He stay on vacation. Antioch Ranch. He stay on vacation somewhere, but nope, he hasn't responded, but obviously Jay-Z has. Let me see, did Spiro say something? He like to talk too. Let's see what he's talking about. I don't see Spiro. Okay. Accordingly, by February 14, Busby shut. Yes, he was supposed to file proof of admission into. That is a good point too, Queen Brielle. He was supposed to file admission into but see, he got other cases too that he would have to file into. So he had by today to pro hoc in because he's filed all of this without getting permission to even practice in the federal court of the Southern District. He has permission in the Eastern District and other districts, but apparently in the Southern District he doesn't even have permission. So he did have by today to file proof of admission. Instead of that, he did file this dismissal. That was a great point. I forgot all about that. Come on, yeah, she Queen Bree. Now we all be playing over here. She came over here with the whole receipts. Yes, he was supposed to file that on today. And instead he filed this dismissal, but it's with prejudice. So even if, let's just say, he wasn't able to file it today, he still could have dismissed it without prejudice, which means he could have just brought it back. He's not bringing it back. It's with prejudice. So I don't necessarily believe that this is connected to it, that he was supposed to file that today. But I think he held out, and in lieu of filing, he waited to file his dismissal today. Taylor said maybe he couldn't get pro hocked in and decided to get this dismissed, like Jay-Z said, ain't no love. Yeah, but he could have did it without prejudice. And then he would have reserved his right to bring it back, perhaps. I don't know. But Jay-Z said he told y'all, as I just read, he said today is a victory. The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. The civil suit was without merit and never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable, if not for the seriousness of the claims. I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed. So he's saying just because you dismiss this case, the trauma is still there for his family. This 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe. And when they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussion. The system has failed. Now, what I do think is interesting is, let me look this up right here. Jay-Z has a case against Busby in California. So why would he say he gets to walk away? Because he remember he sued him in California for filing this lawsuit. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So why would you say that he gets to walk away? Because in theory, you're trying to sue him for defamation to hold him accountable for the alleged extortion. Now I gotta look this up. You guys talk amongst each other. I just had that epiphany. Let me see. Let me go to my Diddy file, because Diddy got his own file over here on my computer. And case against Busby. Okay. Jay-Z. We about to see where this is. What's going on with this case, Jay-Z, over here in California? Because I know you're not just going to drop this case and you feel like he should be held accountable. You should just go ahead with it. Let's see. February 10th. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what's going on in this case over in California. Let's see. So what happened in California is what Busby did was Busby filed a motion to special motion to strike, which is basically a anti-slap because it's a defamation. We talk about anti-slap over here a lot. So, okay, so demure motion to strike, the initial pleading. Yeah, it was an anti-slap, and he just filed the opposition February 10th to plaintiff's to the motion to the plaintiff's opposition to defendant's special motion to strike. So right now it looks like, let's see. I don't think I'm a robot. Plaintiff's opposition to the, yeah, so that was just filed February 10th. So they still going strong over there. So y'all, let's see. Let's see if he continues with that lawsuit, because for you to say they just get to walk away, you weren't letting them walk away because you had a whole lawsuit that you filed over there. Okay. Thank you so much, Color Me Oakland, for the super chat. You said, can a dismissal also mean a settlement? That's a convoluted question. It can, okay? You have to dismiss a case. If I have several civil cases pending now. If I decide to settle the case, we have to dismiss it off the docket. So yes, there's going to be a dismissal with prejudice, and that's that. Because you don't want, if you settle, when you sign settlement agreements, you agree not to sue them for the same cause of action and all of that, your agents, your heirs, all of that, people come in the future, whatever, nobody can sue them again for whatever you sued them for. So yes, on the docket, regardless to whether it's a settlement or whatever, it has to be dismissed off of the docket or the case is not closed. If you don't enter a dismissal or there's no order signed to dismissal, your case is going to keep going. It's going to be considered an active case on the docket. So once you settle, oftentimes the court will give you a certain amount of time to enter a order for the judge to sign to dismiss your case. And typically if you settle, it's going to be with prejudice, because you can't bring those exact same claims again, because you've already settled and you agreed to forfeit your right to a trial in order to settle. The reason why I'm saying in this case that I don't believe it's a settlement is because the way Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, is talking all reckless on here, saying this 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe when they quickly realize that it's the money grab is gonna fail. So he's alleging he did not give any money. When you do settlement agreements, you don't talk about money. Usually that's confidential. If I, as a plaintiff, received it, I can't talk about it. So if he says this and there's a settlement, if I'm Jane Doe's attorney, I'm going to say, oh, well, he's talking about the money. Well, I'm going to talk about it too. In fact, you did pay me money. You did pay my client a settlement amount. So why are you out here acting like this was vindication for you? Because it's mine. I think that if there was a settlement, the way Jay-Z made this statement and put this out here, making it look like this man going against his integrity as a lawyer, he would have every right to come back if there was money and say, oh yeah, you definitely did pay my client. And in fact, you paid a blah, 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 blah. So this statement is what makes me believe that he voluntarily just dismissed it, as he said. Bat says they ain't paid one. I don't think they did. Again, I wasn't there. I'm just saying, just based on it, because it's no way we're doing a settlement, which means I compromise and you compromise. But I'm gonna let you come out here and talk reckless about me and our compromising to make it look like you won. I'm not doing that. I think, as was said, today was the day Busby had to enter an appearance and show that he was pro hoc then. And so he probably knew a while, I'm not going to say a while ago, probably knew some days ago he was going to dismiss this case. And he waited until this day when he had to enter his proof to go ahead and dismiss it. That's what I think happened. Listen, I'm just going by the law. Anything's possible. There's always, it's a possibility, But is it probable? Probably not. Now, you ain't talking to me like this unless you just give it. As an attorney, all you have is your integrity. People look at you already like we just all lie. We all about money. That's why I made it my business to talk about those attorneys for Eric Adams earlier that are not going for the okey doke and they're resigning because they're saying my ethics, and they're citing what our ethics are and what what we take oaths of. That people just think when you see one bad lawyer, everybody gets bunched in that they're willing to do anything for. So you coming out, like I say all the time, they can call me out my name, I don't care. But if you say something that comes against mine, I'm out here, I'm a 1-800 lawyer, and it's all about money, and I just file frivolous lawsuits. When I sign my name, I know that there's validity to the lawsuit and I've done my investigation. You coming against my integrity, that's a whole different situation. So yeah, anything's possible in that world. The entertainment world is a whole different world. So I'm not negating anybody's. Or it could be that the man just dismissed the case because he knew that he didn't have one. It could be that too. But I think we all just want to go for it. Gotta be more to it. This is, we go for the because and some of this too. Look at the back and forth between Busby and Spiro. If it probably was hard for Busby to dismiss this case. I'm sure he purposefully waited until the 11th hour. Because look how they've been going back and forth. They all been coming at each other's integrity. They've been filing lawsuits against each other. Busby now his malpractice insurance probably done hit the roof. Because now you got clients trying to say he took money from them. Like it turned into the messiest situation ever. And I think that also Spiro and Jay-Z, they sent out a message to everybody. You come after us, you better make sure everything about your life is clean because we go hard in the paint. I think they sent a message as well by the way they were litigating and fighting this. Okay, Spiro's statement is on Neighborhood Talk under Jay-Z. Okay, let's see. Thank you so much. You gotta love Jones. I appreciate it. Let me see. Did somebody send it to me? No, that was something else. Oh, let me go to Neighborhood Talk. We'll read that too. My lawyer. Hold on one second. So you saying it's in the comments? I hope they pinned it. Are you saying this one that says my lawyer received a blackmail attempt call to death? No, that's the old one. I don't see it. You said Busby seems anyway. Y'all might all be right. Every last one of you guys might be right. They said Jay-Z check clear. Yeah, I think a lot of people just believe it was a payoff. People still saying he was definitely paid off. But I just don't. The way this works, I don't think he was paid off. Not with no real settlement agreement. He wasn't, because you ain't about to be calling me no 1-800, even though he does have a 1-800 number or whatever. But dang, you ain't about to be calling me that. Let me see what was under here. Oh, it's not any comments under Rock Nations. Just tell me what it says. Gotta love Jones. Tell me what it says. I can't even find it. Third slide at the bottom. Hold on. Third slide at the bottom. 2, 3. Oh, got it. Okay. The false case against Jay-Z that never should have been brought has been dismissed with prejudice. By standing up in the face of heinous and false allegation, Jay-Z has done what few can. He pushed back. He never settled. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? He never settled. He never paid one red penny. He triumphed. Oh, Lord Taylor. If it was not true as a lawyer, I'm telling you, Tyler, I would be out here loud. Then I'll be over here on Instagram like this. Hey, y'all, everybody come on in. Come on in. Yeah, you guys know what we're here for. You know exactly what we're here for. I want to discuss me dismissing Jay-Z's lawsuit. Yep, come in. Come on in. Yeah. Hey, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Yes, I appreciate that. Oh, happy Valentine's Day to you too. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I just came on to set the record straight, okay? I just came on here to set the record straight. That I actually did get one red penny, and I got two big pennies, okay? And I'm not gonna tell you guys the exact amount, but it was a lot. It's a lot. My client was satisfied. My attorney fee was satisfied. You know, I go to my Instagram stories. I'm on vacation right now. That's just how much he did pay. So this is a whole lie. This is an entire lie made up by Todd. Okay. So I just wanted to get on here right now to set the record straight. That's how I would be as a lawyer. So that man ain't paid nothing. I'm sorry. Mm-mm. Helen says some people want them to fall so bad they cannot see clearly. You guys should want people to pay or to you want them to have to pay the consequences for things that they've done. That should be everybody's hope. You shouldn't want anybody, I don't care who it is, whether it's some people, your most hated enemy, you still should want them to only go down for things that they have done. So, oh Lord, they done filed his motion. They done found somebody. Let me see. Now I gotta look him up. Let's see. Let's go on over here. Let's see what's going on with Pacer. I just can't catch a break. We got Jay-Z. Okay, let's go to Eric Adam. I almost know all these case numbers by heart. CR5. I think his number is 556. He got a Valentine's Day gift too. Everybody's getting gifts. Okay. Okay, we got you right. Jesus. Notice of appearance. I told you somebody was gonna appear. So Edward Sullivan done appeared. Email Beauvais. So the guy, actually the attorney that wrote the letter and told them to do it over there in the government up there, he actually made an appearance. If you guys seen my video earlier. So the man, oh my gosh, y'all gotta be killing me. Here's a no-lay price entered as to Eric Adams. Lord have mercy. Y'all, I can't on today. This Spiro is out here winning. Yeah. Spiro is out here winning. Okay. So the guy who ordered everyone to do it, he said, F it. I'll just enter my own appearance myself. And that's what he has done. He has entered his own appearance. All right. This trash is not the word. This is scary. Okay, let's see. Let's see what they have to say. So this is the Eric Adams dismissal. This doggone Spiro getting all the money, okay? His phone has got to be ringing off the hook. All right. The United States respectfully submits this motion seeking dismissal without prejudice of the charges in this case, with leave of the court pursuant to Rule 48A of the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedures. All right. Through counsel, defendant Eric Adams has consented in writing to this motion and agreed that he is not a prevailing party for purposes of the Hyde Amendment. On September 24, 2024, Adams was charged in 5-count indictment. The acting deputy attorney general has determined, pursuant to an authorization by the attorney general, that dismissal is necessary and appropriate and has directed the same based on the unique facts and circumstances of this case. In connection with that determination and directive, the acting deputy attorney general concluded that dismissal was necessary because of appearances of impropriety and risks of interference with the 2025 election in New York City, which implicates Executive Order 14147. The acting deputy attorney general reached that conclusion based on, among other things, review of a website maintained by a former U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, and op-ed published by that former U.S. attorney. So that's about Damian Williams. In connection with that determination and directive, the acting deputy attorney general also concluded that continuing these proceedings would interfere with the defendant's ability to govern in New York City, which poses unacceptable threats to public safety, national security, and related federal immigration initiatives and policies. That's another executive order. You know when Trump got to office, he was sitting there the first day talking to all his homeboy reporters and was like, oh yeah, I'm happy to be in this seat. They was just handing them papers. And he was just talking like they were just drinking coffee and sipping, and he's just signing all the rights away. Just like it wasn't even real. I was like, I could not believe he is really just sitting there signing stuff and chit-chatting with people as he revokes a whole lot of stuff and adds ridiculous stuff. It was crazy. The acting deputy attorney general reached that conclusion after learning, among other things, that as a result of these proceedings, Adams has been denied access to sensitive information that the acting deputy attorney general believes is necessary for Adams to govern and help protect the city. Accordingly, the United States respectfully requests, on consent, that the court enter an order of nolle pros pursuant to Rule 48A without prejudice with respect to all the charges in the indictment. Based on the foregoing, I hereby direct, with leave of the court, that an order of nolle pros without prejudice be filed as to the defendant Eric. So now it's up to the court. So now the judge, the Honorable Dale E. Ho, is now about to be faced with one of the biggest decisions of his life. Does he follow the law, or does he follow what he's asked of in here, based on the acting deputy attorney general, Emil Bove? This is nuts. This is crazy. Yeah, he was under investigation. Adams was under investigation before Damian Williams even came and got that position. So that means he would have been under investigation when Trump was president before. Unbelievable. If I didn't see this stuff for myself, I wouldn't believe it. Okay, and it was also a letter. Let me see what the letter says. It's a letter motion. Is it the same thing? Probably the same thing. We got more withdrawals. I told you guys in the other video, people were resigning because of all of these shenanigans. And so the individuals that were on this case, they have resigned. So they sent when that notice was in, it is respectfully requested that the court notice the withdrawal of Celia V. Cohen, Andrew Robrock, Derek Wilkerstrom. I want to say Derek was on Whitehead's case. And Hagan Scotton as counsel for the United States in the above caption matter. So they had some withdrawals today in the case, and then they had some. Did not tell you guys. Y'all got to watch my video from earlier. I was like, okay, these people are resigning, but there's somebody that's willing to come in and do this dismissal. And so apparently they were able to find somebody to come and do this dismissal. So there's that. Eric Adams' motion to dismiss has been filed. Thank you so much, D Code, for keeping me up on things. Color Me Oakland said, let set the record straight. None of their egos would have allowed one side to speak only. Thanks for the breakdown. Listen, because I would have did it. I'm not joking. There's no way as an attorney you're just going to call me 1-800-lawyers and then say, I didn't pay you 1 red cent and I know you paid me and you got me looking like a clown out here as an attorney. I'm going live in 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm going to be like, hold on, y'all. I'm setting up my Instagram. I'm setting up my, I don't even go live on Instagram hardly ever. Setting up my Instagram, setting up my YouTube. I'm setting up my Facebook. Everybody is going to hear about this. Because you're not just going to have me out here looking bold. That's not going to work for me. So, well, that's it. That is our news for now. Any questions? Any questions? Cassandra said Tony Buzzing may end up dismissing half of the cases he brought against Diddy. He's looking real suspect. He didn't vet half these cases because there are too many of them. Yeah, there are a few cases that he has dismissed. I've been trying to follow it, but it's just too much to follow. He's filed so many cases that he filed one just last week. He filed one the week before, and he said he had a lot more to file. It's very difficult to keep up with his cases, but every now and then I'll peruse through the whole Sean Carter list, not Sean Combs list that they have on the docket when you put their name in, and I'll click on each case. And he has dismissed some of the entities because, they'll sue him personally and then they'll sue like a lot of his companies. And they're trying to implicate the companies, of course, because that's where the money resides. So he's been dismissing some of the companies. That's why people have been reporting things wrong, because they haven't been looking at who he's been dismissing out of the complaints. But yeah, you're absolutely correct. Busby is realizing that he got everything in his mother's name. Well, that really doesn't matter, because sometimes if you do that and you can tell that they have some type of constructive ownership or some other ownership, you can still try to come after it too. Companies too. Sometimes people create companies thinking, oh, I got it in the company's name, so you can't come after it. But if you use your company as a personal account, then we can pierce the corporate veil and come after your company. We just have to prove that you don't have any real structure like a business. You use it as your personal bank account. So it's ways around it. I think Busby did get into the hype of it all, in my opinion. And he filed a bunch of cases. And I said this early on, we first started covering Diddy. That's what's going to happen is there may be some legitimate cases, but I think it's going to come to a point where the ones that aren't legitimate are going to overshadow the legitimate cases, and then we're going to question everything. And I said that in the beginning, and that's what's starting to happen now. Renee said, I pray none of these people that want Jay-Z to go down without any evidence don't have any family members falsely accused of any crime. Sometimes, unfortunately, Renee, until it happens in people's own homes, as a person that does wrongful convictions, they really feel the way they feel until it does happen to them. And what's interesting to me is I get a lot of people that are on my lives that are very judgmental to other people, and they believe that everybody did it, but then they'll email me about their sons and send me all these screenshots and documents that their son's been in jail and he didn't do it and he's a good boy and he never did anything ever in life. I mean, he's never even stole a piece of candy. I mean, he didn't do nothing. They said, I don't care if they say they got him on video camera, he didn't do it. So that's how people are when it's with them, when it pertains to them and theirs, then they don't want to believe it. But then when it's somebody else, then they'll be very judgmental, which is not on this channel. That's why I try to get people to get away from that. Even though you may not like a person, separate your like to the evidence. because you have to look at everything like it can be you. Why not you? Why not your son? Why not your daughter? Why not your cousin? Why not your dad? Why not your uncle? Because these people that have been wrongfully convicted, it was definitely their dad. It was definitely somebody's uncle. It was definitely somebody's daughter. And so you should have the information before you put it out there. The problem, again, with civil lawsuits is people come to you and you vet it as much as you can, but sometimes people do make up stories too. This story just seemed a bit far-fetched to me, and I think to everybody else, we were like, this not even making no sense. At minimum, you didn't contact the girl's dad to see if he ever picked her up that night that she alleges all of this stuff happened. That seemed like the first thing I would have done. So that's kind of what made me start looking side-eyed at the whole case. That seemed like a basic thing that you would do, is go at least call the dad and be like, hey, you know, your daughter came in and she wanted representation or whatever, and I just want to know your remembrance or your recollection of that night that she said that she was assaulted. Why would a news reporter do more due diligence than you as a lawyer? I don't know. I don't know what your previous question was. And so you probably should have put it in this super chat, because as you see, I clicked on it. But I don't necessarily, that's the purpose of super chats, because I don't always see what's in the chat. So they said it was not a settlement. Typically, you don't know it's a settlement unless they tell you it's a settlement. But his attorney said there was no settlement. And based on the language that I just read from Jay-Z, I don't think there was a settlement either. Busby had another male accuser who claims were so ridiculous it was tossed out before making it to the court. That's what he's been filing lately. They've all been male accusers. The last few that I've seen, they've been male accusers. So, and he's doing those more in state court. And I believe he's actually licensed in state court in New York. I think he said that in one of the documents. He's just not licensed to practice in federal court at the Southern District. So in federal courts, you have to be sworn into each court. You have to have permission to practice in each court. So I believe he said that he was licensed actually with the New York State Bar in the Eastern District of New York, but he's not licensed. He's not licensed, but he's not allowed to practice or doesn't have permission to practice in the Southern District of New York, where he's been filing all these cases. He said he's acting like a Timu attorney. Also, if you guys are members, I did drop a document for those that follow the Shirley Strawberry Nesto situation. I did drop a document in the membership, so make sure you guys go check that out. I don't know if that's worth the live. If I do a live on it, it'll probably be in the membership. But Elite Leo said, "Oh Jesus, now Jake's is here too. Lord have mercy." Okay, let's see. I can't, y'all, with these I have to do his separate. I can't do that on this live. I can't just blend all this stuff together. I just looked at Jake's. Let me see. I might have to do Jake's tomorrow, y'all. I don't know. Or maybe in an hour. For those of you following TD Jakes, let's see. Let's see what Jake's talking about. He got a Valentine's Day special too. They had a lot of Valentine's Day. Response, brief, response, and opposition. Lord have mercy. Jesus. 28 exhibits. Okay. How much is this gonna cost? $33. I'm just nosy enough to pay it. Forget it. Jake's came swinging. All right, so it's downloading. So let me see what he's talking about. Right, all these drops. I'm like, how y'all know all of this? What y'all? This too much. It's what's up with the guy claiming Jay is hiding a child? Oh, I haven't heard that one. I haven't heard it. I'm not heard. Right, y'all getting all these doggone notifications or something? What is happening here? How y'all know all this stuff is dropping when it's dropping? I like literally just checked on all this stuff before I came live. So all this stuff is like happening. Positively Speak said, yes, I'm glad for Jay-Z and his family. I don't know. Why wouldn't I get a notification? Up, I think it finally downloading. Good gosh. Let me see. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know. Scroll up for the question. Let me see. You say the judge will refuse. I didn't say the judge will refuse. I did not say that. So that's wrong. To dismiss Mayor Adams' charge. I did not say they will refuse. I said that they could refuse. They may refuse. It is their option. But if he does, then eventually appeal goes to the U.S. Supreme Court, which is exactly what he wants. That's what you was all trying to like beat on the table for me to read? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Plaintiff's opposition. Let's see. Okay, they talks about young blood. Let me see what happened. Others falsely accused. Okay. I just kind of glanced over this. I'm not that impressed. Why would I glance that? I wasn't really impressed with the anti-slap either. So, they got this man's whole. We all know the man was accused of what he was accused of. So I'm not understanding why we gonna keep talking about this. They got the man's transcript. Okay. Okay, they got the man's criminal transcripts. What else they got? They got he a parolee. Okay, we all know the man is an actual offender. Oh, Jesus. Inmate apparel correctional facility. This is ridiculous. Okay. Mm. I believe the woman may have been abused, but I don't think it was Jay. I think she was just looking for a payout. Everyone's saying, well, how she knows the location, but the locations are public information. Oh my God. Okay, y'all arguing over here in this cat. Who being disrespectful? We just timing people out or we blocking people. Because it is not that deep over here. We just going over the stuff. That's it. No, we have no proof that Jay-Z settled, and in fact, he denies it. So we have to report that he denied it and that it didn't happen. Now you can believe what you want to believe, that he did it and he's lying and all of that, but that's not what he said. So I'm not going to report that it ain't true because I don't have the information that it's not true. Because based on what he's saying, I believe that he did not settle, based on how the legal system works when you settle a case. So y'all just accept it and move on, okay? Thanks. Lisa said, this Jay-Z is so sad when this matter, it was breaking news all over in mainstream media. I'm not one pick up the story now. We try, Miss Buckeye, but sometimes you gotta be sophisticated ghetto. They make you go there sometimes. We really do. That's it. All right, y'all. I'm getting up out of here because y'all arguing, y'all fighting and rumbling in the chat. You going to get something to eat? Yeah. Okay. I'm about to go eat or do something with my life that don't have nothing to do with YouTube. The woman he chose. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm gonna read the little Jake stuff, but the first 10 exhibits was basically the man's criminal background, which we all know about. These are my flowers I got for Valentine's Day from Dev. I just thought I'd show you guys again that weren't on the first one. They're so pretty and they smell so good.
I mean, since you want to tell them something, you know what I'm saying?
What?
Look at that.
This is my perfume too. I don't know. He gets it overseas somewhere. I don't know, but you see the bottle? The bottle looks rich, doesn't it? Doesn't the bottle look rich?
You ain't finding that in Macy's. That ain't
smells very good.
That ain't in CVS or Walgreens. That
smells official. Good. They said sweet. Good job. Thank you so much, Val. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up off of here because I got to eat and read these documents for TDJ. So I probably ain't coming on for that tomorrow. I'm tired. I'm tired, y'all. I'm just tired. I'm just tired, y'all. But all right. Since we're out of New York, let's talk about our favorite person from New York before we get off.
You's a clown. That's what you. Why don't you call me a cardboard bishop now? Huh? You tough? Call me a cardboard bishop now.
He's not gonna call you that.
Huh? Look on Facebook Live. Call me a cardboard bishop now. You clown. That's what you are. You clown. That's what you are. Why don't you say what you say on Facebook Live, sucker?
No.
And that's how they do it over there in New York. Until next time, I'm Pam Esquire. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.